Alright, let's chat about some cybersecurity stuff that sounds like it could be a snooze fest, but it's actually super important. System sprawl, undocumented assets, and architectural design weaknesses. This comes from a Security Plus Domain 1.6 discussion, and trust me, it's foundational knowledge you'll want to wrap your head around if you're studying for the exam or just trying to keep your IT environment secure. Domain 1 is a big deal, making up about a quarter of the Security Plus exam, and when you throw in Domain 2, you're looking at half the test. So buckle up and let's break this down in a way that's easy to digest. First up, system sprawl. Picture your IT environment as a messy garage that just keeps getting more cluttered. You start with, say, 100 servers. A new project comes along, so you add 10 more. Another project, add another 10. Before you know it, you've got 200 or 300 servers, and some of those old ones are still humming along. Forgotten, like that dusty treadmill in the corner. This is system sprawl, when your IT infrastructure keeps expanding without cleaning up the old stuff. It's especially tricky in virtual environments like AWS or Google Cloud, where a couple of clicks can spin up a dozen new servers for testing. Problem is, if you forget to shut those down, they're just sitting out there, racking up costs and acting like open doors for hackers. Why is this a big deal? Well, those forgotten servers might not get patched or secured, making them prime targets. They could be a gateway into your whole network. Plus, you're probably paying for them, which is just throwing money away. The fix? It's all about documentation, planning, and processes. You need to keep track of what you got, review your architecture regularly, and have solid change management in place. Decommissioning old systems is its own beast. Decide what to do with the data. See if you can reuse licenses or hardware, and make sure you're not just leaving stuff to rot. It's not the fun part of IT, but it's critical. Now let's talk about undocumented assets, which ties right into this. If you don't know what hardware, software, or data you've got, how are you supposed to protect it? The CIS Top 20 controls hammer this home. Number 1 is keeping track of your hardware, and number 2 is tracking your software. It's like knowing what's in your toolbox before you start a project. Without that inventory, you can't patch systems, analyze network traffic, or protect your data properly. For any decent sized organization, you need a database to keep tabs on this stuff. It's not glamorous, but it's the backbone of good security. If you don't know where a server is, how it's configured, or how it's connected, you're flying blind. And when an attack hits, you don't even know what's being compromised. Then there's architectural design weaknesses, which is like building a house with a shaky foundation. This is the big picture view of your IT and security setup. You need an IT architect designing the environment and a security architect making sure it's locked down across the board. Mess this up and you're looking at flaws that could cost tens of thousands or even millions to fix. Once it's built, changing it might mean tearing everything down and starting over. Ouch. Some common screw-ups. Flat networks are a classic. Imagine one big open network where everything's connected. If a hacker gets into one machine, they can hop around like it's a playground. You want stratification. Think separate zones for different parts of your network. Another issue is when IT systems don't play nice with security tools. Maybe your logging system can't talk to your new servers, so you're blind to what's happening. That's a design flaw, and fixing it might mean reworking either the IT or security side, depending on where the budget's at. And don't get me started on failing to plan for the future. If your business wants to go all in on cloud in a couple of years, your IT and security folks need to be ready with the right tools. Cloud security is a different beast than on-premise, and you just can't wing it. There's also this thing called Common Architecture Weakness Enumeration, CAWE, which breaks down 3 types of design flaws. First, flaws of omission, basically ignoring security needs, like, oh, we don't need to encrypt passwords because no one's getting in here. Spoiler, hackers love that attitude. Second, flaws of commission, making bad choices, like picking a malware protection tool that's secretly feeding data to a shady third party. And third, flaws of realization, when the design is solid but the implementation is a mess. Think of buying a top-notch lock but installing it upside down. These are the kinds of mistakes that can come back to bite you. So, how do you avoid all this? It starts with having dedicated architects who know their stuff and can align the IT and security plans with where the business is headed. Documentation is your friend, even if it feels like a chore. And processes like change management and decommissioning are what keep the chaos at bay. In the real world, system sprawl and architectural weaknesses are super common. I mean, who hasn't worked somewhere where the server room is full of mystery machines nobody's touched in years? In a nutshell, this stuff matters because it's the foundation of keeping your system secure. You can't protect what you don't know about, and you can't secure a network that's a sprawling mess or built on shaky design. It's not the flashy part of cybersecurity. No one's high-fiving over a well-documented asset list, but it's what keeps the bad guys out. So next time you're tempted to skip the paperwork or leave that old server running, remember, a little discipline now saves a lot of headaches later.